Hello again. I have a headphone review for you today. I was sent for the purpose of review 2 pairs of headphones recently by Soundpeats Audio, which is a company that makes headphones and sells them on Amazon. So I have 2 models here today. This is the GoFree 2 in pearl black. It's a new colorway that these came out. An interesting saying colorway, we're referencing a headphone, but that's what it is. And these ones are the Run-Free Lite 2, which is the second generation of another one that I've reviewed on this channel previously. So I just kind of wanted to go over the differences between these headphones and give my verdict on, if they're good for running and if they're good in general. There's another video on my channel where I compare the original Run-Free Lite and the shocks. Shocks are a very popular headphone that a lot of people use for races. What I like about these, they're very lightweight. They're titanium in the back. They fit on your head. They don't bounce at all. They're very water resistant. They just work well, stay in place, have a long battery life. They're just a very good headphone overall. Really, the only downside with these, though, is since they are bone conduction, it's a pro and a con, which means it sits outside of your ear, so it actually vibrates the sound through the side of your head rather than going into your ear. So these are never going to have the same bass. They're never going to have the same quality of sound quality of a headphone that has an actual driver that's sitting in your ear. However, when you're running or doing anything athletic, sweat is something you have to contend with, and having sweat in your ear canal and like an AirPod stuck in there can get really uncomfortable. It can fall out. So I really don't like using in-ear earbuds when I'm running. So these are a great option for me. I use these usually when I'm racing because I don't really care about sound quality. I want to just have a good fit and a reliable headphone with a long battery life, and these do that for me. However, they're $130 headphones, so they're kind of more on the expensive side. And if you're looking for sound quality, that's not really the strong suit of these. Having your whole ear open to the outside world, though, means you can hear passing cars, you can hear other runners. So they have very good listening for the outside world, but not as good sound quality. The original Run-Free Lite has a similar looking design in that it wraps around the back of your head, but the big difference is this actually sits over your ear instead of in front of it. So these are not bone conduction headphones. They're calling them air conduction headphones. Really, it's like an on-ear headphone. It sits just outside of your ear, but the driver is aimed right at it. So it's putting the sound directly into your ear. So you're going to get more bass, better sound quality than you're going to get with the bone conduction headphone. My only reservation with these ones before, these were a $29 headphone, is just the build quality is a little bit flimsy. They're plasticky. Not quite as good quality as the shocks. So the new version actually lost a little bit of weight and became a little bit more premium. So this is the Run-Free Lite 2. It's actually a little bit smaller. It actually goes on a lot easier. It fits right on top, whereas the other one I kind of had to massage it over to get it over my ear. So these ones have a better fit to me, a little bit tighter fit. They also changed the location of the buttons. The buttons on this one are on the bottom of the one side, whereas with the older model, they're actually on the outside. And if you look at the actual kind of finish of these ones are a little bit more premium looking, a little bit more glossy. I like that there's like a silicone covering here instead of it just being the plastic. So they basically took what they had in a very good designed headphone and improved it a little bit. I like the fit of these more. I like the look of them better as well. And the location of the buttons being on the bottom, I like that too, being behind my ear as opposed to on the side. This is just more natural. When you kind of reach behind your head, it's easier to adjust. The older version of these, the Run-Free Lite ones, were 28.5 grams, which already is very light, but the shocks were actually lighter at 25 grams. These new ones are actually the lightest of the 3. These are only 24.5 grams, so they actually shaved off a little bit of weight as well, which as runners we all like to see. When things are lighter, you go faster. So I'm not sure that small grams are going to make that much difference, but every little bit helps. So a couple other stats about this one. These do have the 16.2 millimeter drivers delivering sound into your ear. They have Bluetooth 5.3 connectivity. They can also toggle between 2 devices. There's an app you can download on your phone to facilitate that. These also have 2 microphones and a 15-hour battery life. So there's also kind of a pro and con to having a headphone like this where it's just one unit and there's no case. There's no charging case, so you're not able to charge it while you're out. You have to charge it beforehand. But this actually has a 15-hour battery, where the other headphone I'm going to talk about has a 9-hour battery, 35 total when you include the case. But just when you have it on a single charge, this will actually last longer than these ones will without putting them back in the case. So 15-hour single battery life on a single charge is very good. I've also had a lot of annoyance with Bluetooth headphones over the years with connectivity when you have more than one earphone, having them both connect. Sometimes just one will connect, both will connect, one will turn off. So that's something with this type of design you also don't have to worry about. Once you connect it to Bluetooth, there's just one headphone. They're both connected. So every time you connect this, you're getting a strong connection. You don't have to worry about one side turning off when the other one's on, them being charged. Sometimes you put them back in the case, one earbud could be charged and the other one's not. That's never going to be an issue with this. So that's an advantage of having the kind of all-in-one design that these ones have. These also are only $39, so this is a really inexpensive headphone. The amount of quality that you're getting for this, comfort, all day wear, the price, it really can't be beat. Value for the money, these are probably the best headphones that I have. My only limitation with these, I did have a couple runs with these buttons being on the bottom where I was getting pretty sweaty, and towards the end of the run, the buttons weren't responding to me. So that was something that I've had happen with certain headphones. When they get wet, then they don't work as well. So that was something that I had an issue with on a couple runs. I also wasn't able to turn them off when I got back because the buttons weren't working. But the way that these work is once they disconnect from Bluetooth, they'll automatically turn off in 3 minutes. So even though I couldn't turn them off, they powered off. And then the next time I used them, they powered back on and they work perfect for my whole run. I have another video on my channel where I talk about the GoFree 2. This is the GoFree 2 Pearl Black. So they made it shiny and fancier looking. That's really the main difference between them, is the actual design of the case and the headphones looks different. All the functionality is the same. These two headphones also, again, punch above their weight in features that they have for the price. These other headphones are $65.99, so they're a little bit more than the Run-Free Lite 2, but they have pretty much all the same features. They have a little bit better sound quality. They also have Bluetooth 5.3, can toggle between two devices. They're also considered air conduction. These actually have 4 microphones for a little bit better noise canceling on phone calls. They also have a game mode that's a low latency game mode. Also works with the app. These have a waterproof rating of IPX5. That to me is the biggest advantage these ones have over the others. They also are open air. They have the 16.2 millimeter drivers. These ones, as I mentioned before, have a 9-hour battery on a single charge and 35 hours with the case included. And then you have that app you can use as well. You can use the app to kind of customize the equalizer modes and the sound to your liking. And these actually, outside of the case, weigh the least of any of the headphones here. They're only 18 grams outside of the case. So taking a closer look at these, I also like how this case is very small and thin. It's really easy to carry on your person. If you have a running belt, you could just stick this right in there. It's not taking up very much space. But what I like with the design of these ones too is they're very, very comfortable, and I like the quality and the build of these. They have that kind of silicone coating the whole way, the shiny black here on the outside and on the end here, and these just sit right over your ear. And once you put these on, you don't even feel like you're wearing them. You have earphones on, but you don't notice it at all. There's almost no weight. No pressure on your head. It's not putting pressure on the side of your head like the shocks do. Sometimes if you wear those for a long period of time, they can be pushing in on you a little bit, where these are just sitting very comfortable and lightweight right over your ear there. So comfort-wise, these are great. And these also, again, have that driver sitting over your ear but not in it. So it's able to put sound directly into your ear to give you that better bass response, better sound quality, but your ear is also still open partly to the outside world so you can hear what's going on around you. So again, with the shocks, these are really the best for hearing everything else, but not the best if you want actual good sound. That's where having a headphone that puts the sound into your ear is going to do a better job. So these ones have the best sound quality of the group. And I also appreciate the waterproofness of these. The button functionality, you press it on the sides here. It's a touch capacitive button on each of these. Really the only negative that I've experienced with these headphones is something that I mentioned before, where sometimes I'll charge these in the case and maybe one of them won't charge properly. If it's not seated properly in the dock, it might not get a full charge, and then when you go to connect them, you'll have one connected and not both. But that's a problem that's pretty common amongst Bluetooth headphones. When you put them in the charging case, you got to make sure they're seated properly, dry them off before you put them in there to make sure they're getting a good connection and charging properly. But as far as value headphones go for running, these are two of the best ones that I've ever used. You know, these ones being just $39. The sound quality, the incredible lightweightness of these, the comfort for wearing, and the great battery life makes them a great choice. These ones are just a little bit better quality. I like the fit and finish of them. It's also better if you're wearing like a hat or something like that because it doesn't wrap around the back of your head. So if I had a choice between the two, I would go with this one. For $65, it's still a great headphone at a great price compared to, I'd much rather be wearing these when running than AirPods, because those I'm worried about them falling out. You have transparency mode, but then it's giving you like artificial sound through there. So sound quality, those are better, yes. But I like using them inside the house when I'm not worried about them falling off of my head and having them stuck in my ear when I'm doing athletic event and sweating for a period. So I'd also like to say a quick thank you to Soundpeats to providing these for me for the purpose of review. Again, they're not paying me to make this. Nobody actually pays me on YouTube because I need to get 1,000 subscribers first. So I'd really appreciate if you'd like and subscribe so I can monetize this channel at some point. But they're keeping me in headphones, so now I can. My wife started running recently, so we'll see if which one she prefers and which ones I get to keep and which one become my wife's. So thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.